Welcome to RIoT Startup Spotlight, where we shine a light on the visionaries and disruptors who are shaping the future. I'm Jen Morgan, and today we bring you an exclusive interview with Sudhakar Puvvada, Jeff Cameron, and Rohan Houlden, co-founders of XT Sensor. Hi, everyone. To begin, can you all tell us a little bit about your company?
So we are XT Sensor, and our focus is really all about monitoring hazardous gases. And we're starting with methane, which is one of the major greenhouse gases that's impacting climate change.
That's awesome. Can you tell me a little bit about your previous roles and influences that have brought you here today? What's your background?
Um, so my background is I've worked in corporate America across various multinational companies like Unilever, VF, and Ashland Chemicals. My interest, sustainability has been a major driver, major interest. And when we recognize the potential disruption that can occur by monitoring and providing data, I got very excited with the idea of XD sensor and being able to detect methane um, wherever it leaks. Yeah.
I'm Jeff Cameron. I've also had a long career in the corporate environment between small aerospace defense companies, as well as Hewlett Packard Company. Most recently in the wireless space with RF Microdevices, Corvo, and a small startup called Logistomatics. So most of my career has been in the RF and microwave wireless space as an electrical engineer and in sales and marketing for those kinds of products, between software to components to software as a service systems.
And I'm Rohan Houlden. I've been in the wireless RF industry 35 years, just incubated a lot of businesses, both public and private, and within large corporates. So try to leverage our RF and wireless experience to try to differentiate with a biohazardous sensor, trying to do it at a component level to be able to differentiate.
That's awesome. So what inspired you all to start this company?
Excuse me. I think for me, the big driver is, the emerging sensors and the emerging sort of problem with greenhouse gases and the rapid increase in global climate change because of these greenhouse gases.
Same for me. It's just a environmental concern of greenhouse gases, and it aligns well with the technologies that I've been working with for a long time. That would be IoT, Internet of Things oriented, that would have the wireless backhaul of data. So the sensor part is new and interesting for us, but the RF and microwave wireless backhaul is very familiar, that most of us have a long experience in.
Yeah, similar to Jeff and Sudhakar, try to leverage our RF knowledge to try to slow down global warming.
I mean, if you could do something about the heat currently, that would be great. But what are the biggest challenges you all have encountered so far as a startup founder? And how did you overcome them if you have?
We're very much in the early phases, and there's lots of learning that needs to sort of happen as we do this. So some of the bigger challenges, the way we sort of say, this is an emerging regulation that's coming up, and as it's an emerging issue, uh, things are changing day by day, and we are, big challenge is trying to keep up to date of what's happening from the regulation and how it'll play out. Second, I would sort of say this is a new industry for us, new space we're operating in. So there's a lot of learning that we need to um, go through, understanding the market, understanding all of the things. We know what we know, but there are lots of things we don't know, and we are in sort of in the learning curve at this point. And third is, I would sort of argue that, we're figuring out sensors, trying to sort of identify the technical problems that we're encountering as we're developing a solution.
I would say, I would echo that, the learning about methane sensors in particular, and all the trade-offs involved in that, and understanding the customer requirements for this market, as well as coming up with a really good, actionable product definition. So those any early startup is focused on getting a product to market as quickly as possible, and that product definition is our main driving point.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything more to add from what Sudhakar and Jeff said. I think they captured most of our issues quite well.
Do you all have any mentors or role models who've inspired you along the way of building this business?
Not really. I mean, as part of RIoT, we are working with mentors, but both Jeff and me actually serve as mentors for other startups. But it's quite an interesting this one now when we start working with other mentors who can actually help and guide us. But this idea came not because of we had sort of talked to others, but because we recognized our expertise could fit a problem. And we are hoping to connect with a lot of people over the next few months and learn from that. But there is no single name that I can mention at this point.
The same for me. It's just more of a long history in the industry, and people you meet, really interesting and smart people you meet along the way, and they'll have different ideas for opportunities, and this was made aware to me, and it was a really interesting one that would have a great impact.
And for me, I think after spending 35 years in the semiconductor industry, I think my sons are very happy to hear that I'm trying to help save the planet versus pollute the planet. So it's a nice change, and they like the fact that I've switched, more on the environmental side and trying to save the planet now.
Awesome. Well, what advice would you guys give to aspiring entrepreneurs or future startup founders based on your own experiences and lessons learned?
I think first, dream big. It's very, very important to have these big dreams that can help shape your vision. Second, I would sort of say is we are currently in that sort of phase where this technology is evolving rapidly. So look for these emerging technologies because that can help change and transform the world.
For me, in my past experience, it's great to have an idea, and it's fun to work on it by yourself. But to make any true progress, you need to have partners along the way, and people that you can trust. And this group here is a great set of people, great set of friends, and there's a lot of trust in the group that we can all work together and move forward. So it's that having the right partner really makes all the difference. It's really hard to make significant progress on your own by yourself.
In addition to what Sudhakar said, you got to dream and keep dreaming and have the team that Jeff said. You also have to keep believing that you'll get there. And I'm a big fan of you got to keep believing. You're going to go through some tough spots, but you have to keep believing that you're going to get there. Is what I'm doing here with XD Sensor, but also what worked from all my other companies that I incubated.
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely important to have that mindset and keeping that at the forefront, because it's going to get challenging and you're going to have to find those opportunities to push through. So, well, that's all the questions that we have. Thank you guys so much for sharing your story and tell us more about XD Sensor today.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right, thanks, Jen.
Thank you. Have a great day.